If you're not queer, you're boring. If you think you're normal, you must be dreaming. Maybe mistaken, probably just afraid. We are all dreaming, afraid, mistaken. Sometimes it's the big trifecta. We are thrown into this life like loaded dice. We are driven like stolen Chevrolets. We are jacked up. We are marked down. We are bound and scarred and determined. We are soul trained dancers. We are Larry and Curly and Moe. We are heroes. We are heroes with no choice left but to choose. And I could be contemplating the nature and behavior of charmed corks or trying to comprehend the defenestration of Prague. But instead I'm remembering that drive we took from Nashville to Memphis, the towering thunderstorm clouds heading our direction, the Four Tops greatest hits on the CD player, no reason to talk or share, dispute or decide anything. And somewhere in the middle of standing in the shadows of love, Margaret peeled off a section of the orange she was eating, then leaned over and kissed me. And using her imagination and her tongue, she slid all that succulent sweetness straight into my mouth, and everything I've tasted since then tasted better, even the stuff I didn't like all that much. Love, it's the best possible waste of your precious time. The thing about love, however, is that it's a lot like traveling. The thing about traveling is that sooner or later you always wind up somewhere in the middle of nowhere. The thing about tragic destinies is that everybody has one. The thing about America is how American it is. America wants you to worship its power and acknowledge its innocence. America wants guns and ammo and glory and control. America wants more and more and more and more and more and more information. America wants to know, for instance, the true and exact nature of your naked heart. Is it clean enough for general consumption? It is terrified to be alone, to be wrong, to be sad, anxious, old, ecstatic, uncool, anonymous, discovered, discarded. Is it afraid to be French? Does it shimmer and glow like a votive candle? Is it a night of the woeful countenance, a miserable miracle, a pathetic fallacy? Is it part of a vast conspiracy? Does it eat fat to stay thin? Is it a Saturday night special? Does it shine like the Las Vegas Strip? Does it sing like mine, like a drunk who just can't help himself? All that need and vulnerability, desire and duplicity. Does it dance like one of the Pips? Does it disappoint with alarming consistency? Does it run out of steam with disturbing speed? Does it tend to contemplate each and every abyss? Listen. We can look until we're blind, try with all our pride and prejudice to perfect our definition. But the muddy truth remains and remains and remains and remains that there's no such thing as a real American, no pure American, no ideal American, never has been, never will be, because underneath the pretensions and the play acting, every American heart at heart is a stranger in town, an exile, an outcast, an oddball, a whack job, a crap artist, a crazed parade of contradictions. Every American heart is an obvious, multidimensional, hardcore mess. But here's the beauty part. The mess is how we get from one day to the next. The sacred and profane stuff that connects us together. The mess is what makes friendship and love possible, necessary, and yes, unpredictable. So fuck purity. Only fascists are obsessed with purity, immortality, greatness, all that sputter and muzzle. That's for the doughboys and the cheerleaders. The earth is enough for me. These endings that never end. I say amen. I say amen. There are no saviors, no saints, no superheroes on the way. What we need most, we can only get from each other. One more time, what we need most, we can only get from each other.
Jim Dwyer.